Hello everybody, I'm DaveChaos and welcome to another review. Today we're going to be checking out the Thecus NAS drive. This is the N2310. It's a budget version compared to their old stuff. This is the first time I've actually had a go at a NAS. I've always wanted a NAS drive because I have a small home network in my house. So, you know, perfect really, especially when I'm doing video editing and moving from different PCs. It'd be really good to have a NAS drive for all my different PCs to connect to, and I can store all my media on there. This has a few other funky different abilities as well, so let's talk about the features while I do an unboxing. Alright, so the N2310, not quite as powerful as its predecessors, the N2560 and the N4560, but it still packs a lot of stuff. So, some of the things that you'll find in here, it's got RAID support, 01 and JBOD, web-based file access, built-in FTP server, a BitTorrent client, Plex media support, mobile control and media streaming via on the go, which is an Android and iOS app, which is pretty damn cool. There's also a tool for 5-minute complete installation, because I know a lot of NAS drives can be quite complicated to set up if you're new to it as well, especially. It can do self-RAID creations. And it's massively energy efficient at only 5 watts. So, what's inside this box? You can expect to find a AMCC APM processor running at 800 megahertz. Only a little thing, but it's all you need. There's also 512 meg of RAM, DDR3. All sorts of things like LAN interface, USB 3.0, which is really quite handy. I know, especially if you like me, I've got a Voyager Air, so I would find that particularly handy, having that wired up to there. This has only got 2 slots on there, but they're both SATA. Again, RAID. It's a 40 watt external power adapter. A few different buttons on here. We've got power button, USB copy button. So the USB copy button basically means you can plug a USB into the port on the back, press the copy button, and it'll automatically copy all the data from that USB drive, which is pretty damn cool. Also a reset button. Low temperatures, only runs at 5 degrees up to 40 degrees, not too bad. It's got a total weight of 0.79 kilograms, and the dimensions are 135 by 97 by 207 millimeters, so pretty small. What we're going to go on to now is I'll get this set up onto my small home network, and then I'll do a little demonstration of the software, what you actually see when you log into this thing. Alright then, so once you've got your Thecus connected up, and of course you've put a hard drive in there, you will want to come to this website. So this is install.thecus.com, and this will give you this page for the software that you need to connect to the Thecus and set it up. I've actually gone ahead a couple of steps because I've needed to. So I've downloaded the Windows, set it up. So here it is. This is the program that you'll have. So let's close that. And this will basically scan your LAN looking for the Thecus. So there it is. It tells you it's on 192.168.0.8 for me, because I have quite a few things on my network. So you simply click next, and it'll take you to a login screen and a setup. So you create yourself an account using your email address. You can set up a dynamic DNS as well, and then you can just go start browser, and this will literally just go to 192.168.0.8, and you get to log in. So we close that. Default login is admin if you didn't already know. And you'll be presented with this. So you've got your RAID management and shared folder, and not a lot else to look at, but there is more. But let's have a look at what we've got straight away. So in the top right hand corner, you've got your admin, where you can change your password, a few other bits and bobs. So let's have a look at RAID management. Unfortunately, I only had one hard drive to put in here. So if you bring up the RAID management, we should see, there we go, one healthy 500 gig hard drive. There we go. So let's close that. And then you get your shared folder. And here we should have a few different folders to look at. Yes, we do. There we go. So these are all set up when you set up the NAS drive. So you've got NAS public, USB copy, USB HDD, and so on and so forth. You've got peer-to-peer as well, because you can set up a lot of sort of stuff for torrenting if you like. And your media folder as well. Just to point out that the USB copy when I mentioned earlier there's a USB copy button on the front, when you put a USB drive in the back with any data on it and press that button, that's the folder that whatever's on that will get copied into. So that's quite nice. So let's close that. So you're thinking, well, is that it? Well, no, it's not. If you look in the top left hand corner, you'll see this little thing here. So we click on that, and it'll bring up a whole load more of interesting things for you to do. So we've got basic system management, like general information, the status, the system log, all that sort of stuff. Date and time, nothing too fancy right there. Just useful things to use. Then you've got your storage. So we've got like disk information, which is pretty handy. We can bring that up, and it should tell me, yeah, we've got one Samsung 466 gig it says, but it is actually 500, but you never quite get what they say. Your RAID management is here again. Then we've got like the file sharing privileges and stuff. So we've got local user configuration, set up groups, your shared folder, user quotas you can put on there and whatnot. Then you've got your network services. We've got a whole load of network services right there. FTP servers, web servers you can put on there. Bonjour is available for iTunes, I believe, or Apple products. Not too sure. I don't really deal with Apple stuff too much. There's your dynamic DNS right there, so you can go into here and set all that sort of stuff up, which is really, really handy. Yep. Then we've got application servers, so iTunes and all that sort of stuff. One of the things that I wanted to point out for the NAS applications, if we bring this up, there's a list of things that you can install here. One in particular is Plex. So if you don't know what Plex is, it's basically so you can stream your stuff to different devices. So for example, you can get Plex for your Android, and if you've got any movies or photos or music or whatever on your NAS, you'll be able to stream it to your mobile phone. So that's cool. And you just literally click the install button, and there you go, prepare an application, and it starts to install. Alright, so there we go. It took a couple of minutes, but we now have the Plex media server on there, and you can remove it, check the PDF and all that sort of thing, so that's cool. So let's go back and have a look what else we got. There's now Plex is now on the applications, so let's have a look at Plex. It opens up into another web browser, and there we go. So we'll just agree to that. How cool is that? Very simple, very easy to get started with stuff like this. Right. I think we'll just skip that. So there we are. We've got nothing on there unfortunately at the moment, but we can set this up, get it all working with the application on the mobile phone as well. So fantastic, very easy. So let's close that and get back into here. Sorry about that. There we go. So then we've got backups. So you got syncing and data burns, data guards is on there as well. Like data burn is basically you can burn stuff to CDs. Let's see what this brings up. Yep, new disk, all that sort of stuff. Very, very cool. And then you've got external devices like printers, uninterrupted power sources, and all that kind of thing. So if you're using this as a data center that you don't ever want it to lose data or always be available online or whatever you need to do, then you can have your uninterrupted power source on there as well. So there we go. It can get quite complicated, obviously. I'm new to NAS drives. This is the first one I've ever looked at. So I just wanted to go over to the main points of this thing and what it can do rather than getting overly complicated. So there we go. Let's do a wrap up. Alright then, so there we go. So the Thecus N2310. I've been pretty impressed with it. I've been playing with it like all week. And as you saw just then, there's a lot of things you can do with it, so I'm going to enjoy having a play about a bit more. I have quite a small home network. I have 3 PCs. One of them's a server, one's a filming PC, one's my editing PC. So for me, I'm going to get a lot of use out of it because I can do backups of my server onto there. I can also record my videos in my office onto it and then just edit remotely over the network without having to leave my recording PC on. So really nice things like that, especially like the Plex availability on there. So if I do have movies, music, pictures or whatever on there, I can watch them on my phone. So that's really nice. There is one more thing that I didn't show on there. It also has like a cloud application, which you again can have an application on your phone that syncs with that. So if you go out of the house, take a bunch of photographs and come home, it will automatically back up those photographs onto the NAS drive. So really nice features like that. So I've been really impressed with this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of the lower end versions compared to what the others do. And you know, it's nice and compact. You can just plug it in, stick it behind your router or whatever out of the way, and then just forget about it and just use it. So yeah, I'm really quite impressed. So I'm going to give this a HardwareHeaven recommended. Definitely worth having if you've got a small home network. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.